Last time on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror Never-Ending Nightmares. Holy shit, did that guy's head just explode? What the hell is this shit?
It's the movie Premutos. It's a classic of violent cinema.
Yeah, but I mean, like, can we actually show that stuff? I mean, you know, the guy's head just, like, burst.
Yeah, it's okay. YouTube has no problem with violence.
Whoa, wait. Let me get this straight. We can show people's heads exploding. That's no problem. We can show, like, tons of graphic violence. But if one nipple shows up, our channel is, like, practically destroyed.
Yeah, that's pretty much the case, man.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Last time on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, Headshot the movie. Blah! Yeah, mind equals blown for this one, guys. Yeah.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! Never-ending Nightmares, the show where the never-ending is the nightmares. And oh my goodness, we are at episode 16, which is kicking off the second half of our monstrous massacre marathon. And I thought after last night's episode where I talked about one of the most violent movies, gore-filled, blood-filled mania, that is Premutos, the Fallen Angel, or the Lord of the Dead, whatever they want to call it, I thought I would try to dig deep into the depths of what I have and find something that was unusual. And I did find something that was rather unusual, and it was a little Italian movie, which, when I read the description, sounded interesting, and then when I watched it, really didn't fit what I expected. However, I watched it, and now I'm going to tell you about it, and that is the Italian, what they bill as an Exorcist ripoff, but I mean, the only thing that really Exorcist ripoff of that movie would be the fact that there's possession and the fact that there's a suicide at the end. Other than that, I don't really see how it's an Exorcist ripoff, but anyways, it is the Italian movie Malabimba. So it's about this girl named Bimba, and so when she's possessed, Malabimba, Mala from malice, evil, so evil Bimba. See, do you get it? You get it? You get it? Okay, it all makes sense, right? Well, let's get to that plot. There apparently is a seance going on where the family requested a medium to contact the spirits of the ancestors, and the medium does too good of a job releasing an ancestor that they believe is named Lucretia, who makes like all kinds of poltergeist type stuff, you know, things moving around. Of course, it unzips one guy's pants and takes the top off of another woman there. It's like, so, like, what? And then it attempts to possess this live-in nurse who's studying to become a nun. Attempts to possess and maybe even ghost rape the girl, but she fights it off, and then it goes into the room of the teenage daughter named Bimba, and of course it possesses her, and what follows is Bimba starts acting really erratically in very sexually charged ways, and does a lot of sneaking around at night and watching the adults fool around, and the whole point is to get the nurse to be worried about Bimba so that she can befriend her and develop a friendly bond so that the evil spirit, Lucretia, can blackmail the nurse into allowing her to be possessed to spare poor Bimba's soul, right? So that's basically the whole plot. I just spoiled the entire movie for you. However, big surprise, it's not gonna matter, because when you watch this movie you realize something, that it is not a horror movie with erotic elements. It's an erotic movie with minor horror elements. And that's the thing that I found most surprising. So I was expecting like an Exorcist ripoff with some sex scenes. I mean, that's basically what I thought. What I got was a pseudo-pornography with some really weak horror elements. So let's get to the scores. Violence and gore, half a point, 0.5 out of 5. There is nothing except the suicide and, you know, attempted ghost rape, which I guess, you know, it's pretty violent. But you know, no blood, no gore, no guts, no glory. 0.5 out of 5. Shock value, 4 out of 5. And how is it so high if there's nothing scary about this movie? Well, the fact that there is just, like, I mean, honestly, there is a lot of sex in this movie. A lot of sex. I mean, like, just a lot of it. It's all over the place. But what's most shocking about this movie is the fact that, I don't know if any of you guys were familiar with my previous channel, but there was a movie called Thriller, a Cruel Picture, which is also known as They Call Her One Eye, which had some sex scenes in it. However, the director, to give you that more realistic feel, got actual porno actors to do porn, and they spliced it and edited it in so it looked like, you know, the actual actors and actresses were actually, you know, engaged in the coital arts, so to speak. And they did it in this one too, and that is shocking, especially since there's a scene where there is actual lollipopping, I guess would be a term that I could use without being very offensive. You know, various open up and say ah moments, I guess. Anyway, so 4 out of 5, because my goodness, I wasn't expecting it, and when you see it, you're just like, what? Oh my goodness. And not that much, it's not like it's like a brief thing either. It's like, yeah, it's pretty prominent. So the next thing is plot. I give it a 1 out of 5 because honestly, they don't explain much. I mean, you know, they don't really say what's going on, like why they call the what do you call it? The seance. I mean, it just starts with the seance. They don't really give any like backstory on it. The whole deal with the family being in financial hardship and like the fact that the brother's wife is going to inherit the brother's fortune, and then there's like get the brother to marry the brother's wife because the brother that's married to the woman is dying or catatonic or something, and the fact that the brother's wife is all trying to seduce the brother anyways. I mean, it's just really like bad. The plot is. I mean, they never explain exactly who Lucretia is, why she's like angry with all the people there, calling them whores and pigs. I mean, you really get no good context whatsoever. And plus, you know, the daughter, they try to play it off as she's like some innocent young thing, but she's definitely played by an elderly actor. Well, I wouldn't say elderly, but a non-innocent young actress. Okay? Because you get to know her a little intimately in this movie. So, yeah. So, let's go to acting. I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5. This was an Italian language film with English subtitles, so sometimes it's hard for me to, like, you know, tell whether foreign language movies have really good acting. I think it's average. They emote convincingly, and they don't necessarily need to emote too much when they're in the throes of passion. So, yeah. 2.5 out of 5. Nudity, you know, I wanted to give it a 6, but I realized that, you know, it's gotta, you know, I'm gonna just stick with 5 out of 5. It's all over the place. Honestly, there was a point during the movie where I thought that I should go back and just time how much nudity there is to see if, indeed, most of the movie is nudity, and you know, I'd be pretty shocked if it wasn't anywhere near the 1/3 to a half of the movie was just sex scenes and nudity. I would be shocked if it wasn't that. If it was less than that, I would be surprised. The shock value would be 5 out of 5 for that one. Anyway, so there you go, 5 out of 5 for Nudity. My enjoyment factor, now so this is a tough one here, because I was going into it hoping for one thing, and finding myself very disappointed because I wanted it to be more horror, more about, like, you know, the exorcism and, like, but there wasn't actually an exorcism in this one, so that's another reason why I can't figure out why they think it's an exorcism ripoff, because there's no actual exorcism going on there. But yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more freaky, crazy horror elements, and what I got more was basically almost, I mean, you know, I'm trying not to call it straight up pornography, but I guess it kind of is. I mean, you know, so I give it a 2.7 out of 5 because of that. I guess if I was looking at it from the other way, you know, I mean, it wasn't like something that I got bored with. It was just disappointing, and that's why my overall impression as a horror movie, 2.5 out of 5. It's got its good points, but it's got a lot of bad points, and it's not a horrible movie. It's a good concept, and if you're looking for something sleazy and erotic, it's gonna be right up your alley, especially if you like the old 70s Italian sleaze. It's gonna be right there up your alley. Otherwise, you know, it's not a horror movie. I mean, it is, but it isn't. So that averages out to 2.8 out of 5, and that's gonna be it. Yeah, honestly, it's the movie, man. It's like, you know, after the credits start rolling, I'm just like, yeah, that happened. So I'm just a little bit lost. I'm gonna go back into the vault and see what else I've got that maybe not will be as, you know, extremely sexual as that. Get something with a bit more violence. I don't know, it's like, it's really like a roller coaster when it comes to the violence part. So we went like really high, and now we're just like... So, there you have it. Episode 16, done not as late at night as last night's episode, which I think I was up till 3 in the morning. Yeah, I know. Thank God I had the day off today. So, anyways, until then, everyone, hopefully you enjoyed the first half, and hopefully you're going to enjoy the second half. And as always, if you have any questions, leave a comment. If you anything you want to talk about this or the rest of the series that's going on, leave a comment, and I will read them, and if need be, I will respond. So until then, you guys stay scary, and God knows, I don't know what I'm going to do for like clips showing in here, since most of the movie is nudity. I don't know what I can show. I mean, I could probably look up the trailer, but the trailer, if experience tells me, is going to be full of nudity too, so I don't know. You might just have just me tonight, I'm sorry. You just might have me tonight, I'm sorry. Anyways, this is really, I don't know, I can't even, like, say anything anymore, so I'm sorry. Well, obviously I'm rambling on. So, until then, stay scary, internets.